got quite close to Majid Haq and Qasim Sheikh since I spoke out, and then they followed, and I'm just incredibly proud of them and everyone else that played a part in the review. I know today's going to be a very difficult day, and the weeks and months that follow, but I hope today gives them some sense of closure and that they've been fully vindicated.
The lawyer touched on there the silence from other Scotland players at the moment. Are you surprised by that?
Not really. It's something I've obviously gone through myself, and it's very clear to see that there's a lot of fear around talking about the issue, and I think we've got to get away from that. I think players have got to realise they have a responsibility far bigger than just their runs and wickets, and they've got to start living out of the vacuum that they're living in currently. I think a lot of people, as we can see, have suffered a lot of abuse over a lot of years, and for us to come together and try and have a better future, it does need other people to come forward.
We're seeing action being taken by Cricket Scotland, but what more can be done? What more needs to be done?
I think, look, today is a start. The one thing I would sort of be a little bit hesitant about is let's not look too far into the future straight away. It's very important to stay in the problem. There's a lot of people that have suffered a lot of abuse over a lot of years. I think there's got to be an attempt to build them bridges back, speak to them, re-engage them, apologise, and then once that's done, I think it's important then that only then that how we move to the future happens, and I think it's really important how that happens as well, because as I've seen over the last sort of 9 months or so, there's a lot of words, a lot of tick boxes, and a lot of attempts to show that things are happening, but actually deep down fundamentally things are not changing.
Withdrawing funding from Cricket Scotland, do you think that would help?
No, look, I'm not. That's not something at this stage I'm in agreement with. I think similar to where Yorkshire was at, I think it's a time where support is. If there's an acceptance and an apology, then they need to be supported to make sure the change comes and comes quicker. Yes, if things don't change and if there's a resistance to change, then I think at that point, Sports Scotland, I think it is, that needs to make these decisions, need to come down a lot harsher. But I think at this stage it's really important that we support the game in getting the change that we all want.
Is this another example of why an independent regulator should be brought in?
Absolutely. I think it's become increasingly clear. Well, it's coming up to nearly 2 years since I spoke out, and then this situation up in Scotland. And I mean, Plan for Sport have obviously been incredible, and like the lawyer said, incredibly compassionate towards the people that have suffered, and that's got to some sort of a clear picture as to what's going on. But I don't think the governing bodies can continue to be the promoters and the regulators of the game. It just does not work.
And we've seen testimonies, we're hearing about a number of cases, a lot of cases in Scotland, it seems, following this investigation. Do you think this is just the tip of the iceberg? Do you hope that more players will come out off the back of this, have the courage to speak out?
Yeah, I think, look, I said it around DCMS and myself, and I know there's a lot of people that are still trying to build up that courage to speak out, and I think we need to show them that if they do speak out, that there is a safe place for them. I think it's really important that there is a future for them, and that only then that the game can turn around and say that they are wanting to listen, because it's difficult to speak out. There's a lot of challenges that go with it. You don't suffer on your own, your family suffers, your everyday life suffers, and it's not until we change that and make sure the whistleblowers, when they do come forward, are supported in the right manner, that we will really get to a point where more people feel empowered enough to come forward.